Hello and welcome back to the Aligned Strength Podcast. I'm your host, Mandy Scow, and today we are stepping into the cozy, twinkly, magical world of December. But we're talking about taking a totally different approach this year with Christmas. Before we get into this episode, which is episode number 39 for us, and before we get into this, I want to mention that at January 1st is our 8th anniversary for Fit For You, our business. We have some big fun stuff coming up. We're going to be celebrating for 8 straight days starting January 1st. So follow our Facebook page because if you're listening from afar, you can win prizes. We are going to be giving away a prize every single day to a winner, and you can win virtually by following along on our Facebook page, Fit For You with Mandy Scout. So follow that. All right, getting into the episode. Thanksgiving is now behind us. And we are laser zoned looking at Christmas. So that quick, joy-filled, food-filled family blur is suddenly like, boom, done, gone, and we're straight launching into the Christmas mode. Within 24 hours, people go from turkey to tinsel, and then the pressure kicks in fast. Today, I want to talk about something powerful, how to create a peaceful, simple, magical Christmas without the stress, without the comparison, and without the pressure to make everything perfect. Because you can have a Hallmark-style Christmas if we lower expectations and become more present. The Thanksgiving to Christmas whiplash. Let's be real. Thanksgiving ends and suddenly, instantly, the tree goes up or you've already had it up, which for me, yes, I usually put mine up about a week before. That is only because of timing. Like whenever I have the time to put up my tree, that's going up. I don't really care if it's before or after Thanksgiving. It's just when the time is there for me. And I know that is the way it is with a lot of people. So, somewhere around Thanksgiving, the tree goes up, has to go up. But instantly when Thanksgiving's done, it's like the pressure of you need to shopping needs to start. You need to get shopping or finish it up. The calendar fills up. The elf has to move if you have an elf and your kids follow that elf. That has to move, which I will admit we did that with our kids. Our kids are 14 and 16 now, but we did that when they were younger, and I am so happy that I do not have to do that anymore. Moving that elf around and dealing with that elf was harder than running a business. Forgot, had to have a plan, yeah. But anyways, elf's moving around for a lot of people. The house needs to smell like cinnamon. Pine, cinnamon. You have all these expectations. The kids expect magic, and you feel responsible for creating every ounce of it, especially if you're the magic maker of the household, the mom, the woman, the planner, the doer. December feels like a 31-day marathon with a Santa hat on. 31 days, marathon, doing everything to make everything perfect, right? And we do it all because we care. We want to give our families the best holidays. We want our kids to feel the magic. We want to have those warm memories. But there's pressure. That pressure steals the joy. So today, we're going to put the joy back. Let's talk about putting the joy back. The myth of the Hallmark Christmas. We all grew up in some version of a quote-unquote Hallmark Christmas. Perfect snow, perfect tree, perfect family moments, perfect outfits, perfect gifts, perfect house. But here's what no one tells you. You can get that Hallmark feeling without the Hallmark production. Because the Hallmark feeling, that warm, cozy, slow, connected, magical energy comes from presence, not perfection. You don't need matching pajamas. You don't need a magazine ready tree. You don't need gifts piled to the ceiling. You don't need the perfect meal. You don't need to attend every party, every event, every gathering. What your family needs most, what you need most, is peace. You get a magical Christmas by doing less, not more. And, maybe you didn't have a perfect Christmas growing up. Maybe the holidays were stressful, complicated, or even painful for reasons that were out of your control. If that was you, this is your chance to create new magic, the kind you've always deserved. You don't have old expectations to live up to. You don't have to repeat anything from your past. You have a blank slate, a fresh start, and the opportunity to build a Christmas filled with warmth, peace, and pure magic of your own making. Going back to the Hallmark feeling, that warm, cozy, slow, connected, magical energy, that comes from presence, not perfection. Lowering expectations creates more magic. Let's talk about expectations, because this is one of the biggest sources of stress in December. We hold on to what Christmas should look like. We hold on to what we should do, what traditions we must keep. There's traditions from the past, and we're holding on to like those traditions that we must keep. Well, for one, you can make new traditions. Making new traditions is a lot of fun, especially since you were little, things have changed, and you can make new traditions and make new magical moments with you and your own family, with your own kids. So don't get stuck on traditions that you used to that you have to keep. You don't have to keep them. You can start new ones. Also, we hold on to what gifts that we need to buy. We don't need to buy anything unless you need to buy food and clothing, stuff like that. But there's other things that you do not need to buy. We hold on to things like what house prep we have to get done. But these expectations, most of these expectations come from these things. They come from social media. They come from childhood memories, from comparison, from the pressure to keeping up with others. These expectations come from trying to make everyone happy. When we lower expectations, we raise joy. I'm going to repeat that. When we lower expectations, we raise joy. Imagine these simple mindset shifts. Saying this out loud. Say these out loud with me. Mindset shift. I don't have to do every tradition. I can simplify gifts. I don't have to cook from scratch. My house doesn't need to be perfect. My tree doesn't have to be Instagram worthy. I can say no to events that drain me. So, repeating those, changing your mindset, that will lower expectations and give you more room for peace. Lowering expectations will give you more room for presence. Lowering expectations is will give you more genuine, excuse me. Lowering expectations will give you a more genuine Christmas magic. This is what kids actually remember. What kids actually remember. Let me share this because moms especially need to hear this. Kids don't remember the price of gifts. Kids don't remember how coordinated your wrapping paper was. Kids don't remember if the house was spotless. Kids don't remember the perfect Christmas dinner. Kids remember, this is what kids will remember. You laughing. Kids will remember you baking cookies. They will remember you watching movies with them. They'll remember you sledding. They'll remember you snuggling up and sipping hot chocolate together. They'll remember driving around looking at Christmas lights. This I remember. That I remember. We used to have these certain subdivisions around our town that I grew up in, and we would go driving around and looking at all the Christmas lights. They're gonna remember snuggling with you on the couch. They're going to remember the feeling of Christmas. That's what your kids are going to remember. Christmas is not created by what you buy. It's created by how present you are. Your kids want you, not more stuff. Your family wants your calm, your joy, your presence. If you're the mom, the doer, the magic maker, whoever the magic maker is, some of it might be dads out there. And your family wants that magic maker to be calm. They want your joy and they want your presence. And you deserve that too. Being present in December. How can we be present in December? So how can we become more present this month? Here are a few simple habits. Number 1, slow your mornings down. Don't rush. Light a candle. Sit for 2 minutes with coffee before the chaos begins. So maybe this means you have to wake up a little bit sooner. Maybe this means if you wake up a little bit earlier, you need to go to bed a little bit earlier. But wake up a little bit earlier. Give yourself time to just sit before everybody else wakes up. Well, naturally, this is a great you time. If you want to say quote unquote me time, perfect time. So sit for a couple minutes with coffee or whatever you like to do in the morning before the chaos begins. Take a deep breath and ask, what actually matters today? Ask yourself that from here until the end of December, because we're all on edge, all stressed, all with everything getting ready, because this month feels like it's already December 5th. It's already flying by. But ask yourself, what actually matters today? Number 2, pick 3 meaningful traditions, not 15. Pick 3. Not everything you saw on Pinterest. Just pick just 3 meaningful things that brings joy, not stress. Number 3, put your phone down during magical moments. Get a few photos and then be in the moment. Get your photos done, be in the moment. Yes, you want photos. Absolutely. We have photo books from when the kids were little, and my kids still pull them out and look back on them. Pictures are important. 100% pictures are important. So get the photos in the special moment and then put the phone down and be in the moment. Take on those magical times. Number 4, simplify gifts. There is this 4-gift rule, a 4-gift rule. And I think that 4-gift rule, because I used to, like, one of your gifts should be something you can read, something you can wear, something you need, and something you want. That's the 4-gift rule. And actually, I remember hearing about this years ago, and I try and stick to that rule as much as I can. A 4-gift rule for your kids. 1 gift that they want, 1 gift that they need, 1 gift that they can read, and 1 gift that they can wear. So simplifying gifts, that's an option. Or experiences over toys. Think of an experience they can do versus buying a toy. Or one big family memory. If you're able to do vacations, that replaces a lot of gifts for a lot of families. If you travel, we travel, that is usually a Christmas gift. So, traveling or a memory, even if it's a little, even if it, going somewhere an hour away to stay in a hotel for a weekend and let your kids swim and stuff, that's a family memory. I know a lot of people who do that kind of stuff over gifts. Simplifying it. Whatever removes the pressure, that's okay. Because again, kids like to see your joy, your presence, your peace, and being in the moment. Number 5, protect your peace. If an event drains you, skip it. If there's a tradition that you do that stresses you out, change it. You're allowed to redefine Christmas to your family, to your immediate family, you and your kids. Redefine it to you, to what, fills your cup, to what brings you joy. Don't let it drain you. Don't let it stress you out. If it does, change it. Skip it. Number 6, move your body for energy, not perfection. Walk, stretch, 20 minutes of strength. Short, simple, aligned movement keeps your energy grounded and it lowers your stress. Everything we talk about, there's always that moment of moving your body, because moving your body drops your stress. So make sure to continue. You're not too busy to exercise. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is. If it's December or when it is, you're not too busy to move your body. So get that in, because it is one of the top stress lowering things you could do. Move your body. Number 7, let your home be cozy, not perfect. You do not have to have this picture perfect, whatever's in your head or whatever you see on social that your house should look like. It doesn't need to be that. Just make sure it's cozy. If it feels cozy to you, that's perfect. Make it cozy. Christmas isn't about clean corners. It's about warm hearts. Presence is what creates the magic. Presence is what your family remembers. Presence is what you will remember next year. Let's give ourselves permission. So giving yourself permission. This is what your permission slip for December is. You do not need to do it all. You do not need to be everything to everyone. You do not need to run the Christmas circus. You do not need to give the perfect gifts. You do not need a perfect house. You can choose. You have the choice. Everybody has a choice. Everybody has a choice. So you can choose simplicity. You can choose peace and slowness and joy. You can choose connection and presence. Because the most magical Christmas you'll ever have is one where you are calm, you're grounded, you're joyful, and you're connected. Not the one where you're exhausted and overwhelmed. Let's bring this all together. So bringing this all together, you can create a Hallmark feeling Christmas, but it doesn't come from decorations or gifts or perfection. It comes from these things right here. It comes from lowering your expectations. It comes from doing less. It comes from slowing down, and it comes from choosing to be present. So this December, choose peace. Choose simplicity. Choose presence. Choose to actually feel the magic, not just create it for everybody else. This is about you too. You need to feel the magic. Takeaway for you all. The takeaway. The magic of Christmas comes from presence, not perfection. Lowering expectations brings you closer to the holiday you actually want. So here's a goal for you for this next week. Your goal the next week. Pick one thing you are releasing this December. One expectation. It can be a tradition. It can be a pressure. Release one that either you don't feel the need for, or if it drains you, it stresses you out. Release that one. Release one of those and replace it with one moment of presence. So this moment of presence, it could be, here's what it could look like. It could be swapping out a fancy dinner that you don't like making because it stresses you out. You need to go buy all the stuff, make it all. By the time you're just crabby and you don't want to be around people because it's something you didn't want to do. You didn't want to cook it. So swap out that dinner for pizza and a movie. How about skipping one event? There's so many events and skip one. Choose one to skip. Choosing fewer gifts. Cutting your to-do list in half. Saying no to something that drains you. Find one of those. That's your goal, is to look through your calendar and swap something up, change something up, delete something off your calendar, and just be in the moment. Just one thing, do one thing. One moment, one shift, one breath, and watch how much lighter Christmas can feel. Thank you all for spending this time with me today. I hope this episode gives you the permission you need to slow down, to breathe, to create the kind of December that actually feels good in your soul. Remember, you don't have to chase the perfect Christmas. You get to choose a peaceful one. You have a choice. You make the choice. Just be in the moment, be joyful, be happy, be cozy with your kids. If this episode, jumped out to you, spoke to you, or you feel that a friend, family member would benefit from this episode, share it with a family member. Share it with that friend who might need a reminder to release the pressure this holiday season. And as always, thank you for being part of the Aligned Strength community, where our goal is to align your mind, body, and spirit and to live stronger, more intentional lives. So I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay present, stay aligned, and keep creating your own magic. Hey, y'all, the information shared in this podcast is for educational and motivational purposes only and is not intended to replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.